My name is Greg. I'm here, you're here, we're all here for the love of music. And today is a special edition on the channel. Yeah, something new. This is actually going to be
a request video.
But seriously, this is a request video. I actually had a request on my last album review when I reviewed... What the fuck did I review? The Underside of Power by Algiers. The request is from Brittany Katz, so I just want to give Brittany a shout out, or Brittany Katz a shout out, I guess. I'm not sure if your first name is Brittany, but she actually commented on my Algiers review, and she gave me some great feedback, and she actually recognized the song that I use at the very end of my videos, a little outro bit I use. It's a track by the group Miseryslims, and she had commented on my video and said, "Hey, I recognize that song. Could you do a review of one of their new EPs?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let me check them out." I actually didn't know they had a new EP, let alone two new EPs. So thank you again, Brittany Katz, for the recommendation. And I just want to say here that I appreciate recommendations. I welcome your recommendations. If there's something you want me to review, an artist, an album, a genre, whatever it may be, or another topic, so please get involved. Let me know down in the comment section. Now, before I get into this quick review, yes, I said quick. You're probably like, really, Greg? All of your reviews so far have been at least close to 20 minutes or more. But yeah, this video is going to be quick by my standards, I assure you. Now, as I mentioned, my outro song is what Brittany Katz had recognized. The song is called "The Machine Stops." It's by the group Miseryslims, as I've already mentioned. And I actually found this song on Free Music Archive, I think is what it's called, because I was actually looking for some music that I could use on my channel, for my intro and my outro. And I just really liked the sound of this track, so I used it. And I didn't actually know that this band had two EPs out, so that's what I'm going to talk about here. Now, Miseryslims is a four-piece. They're a quartet from Manitoba, Canada, just north of me here in the Big Maple Leaf. And they've only been together, well, they've formed as the band, I guess, in late 2016. So they've been Miseryslims for less than a year now, and they already have two EPs out. So that's some pretty good output for the group. Now, Miseryslims is an experimental fuzz pop, indie pop, surf rock group, I guess, if you're gonna put a bunch of genre labels on it. And The Machine Stop, the track that I use, is a perfect example of some really good surf rock. Now, when I first found the track, when I first heard it, it initially reminded me of the track. If you've seen the film Pulp Fiction, it's the track right at the very end when the credits start to roll. I think it's called Surf Rider, but it has that really surfy, beachy guitar playing on it, and that's what it reminded me of. And I really like that sound, so that's why I chose to use the song in the first place. Now, the group's first EP was actually released on January 25th of this year. And this first EP was very creatively titled EP1. Yeah. And the album cover is a nice little ice cream cone here. It looks like vanilla ice cream. Looks pretty tasty. Their second EP released this year was released just this month on August 12th. Creatively again, titled EP2, yay. And it has some very yummy looking strawberry wafers. I remember eating these as a kid. I still see them from time to time. But based off of the album covers here, just on the album covers alone, I was expecting some really yummy, some really poppy music going into these without really knowing what to expect. And if you just go by the instrumentation alone, the album covers are pretty fitting, for the music, for the sound here. However, when you start getting into the lyrics, when you start listening to what vocalist Brady, I don't know his last name, he's known as Brady, when you start listening to what he's singing about, the vocals actually they're a complete contrast from the music. The music is upbeat and happy sounding and, poppy, fuzzy. And the lyrics are actually pretty dark. They're kind of depressing. They're kind of weird. I'm still not sure what's going on some of these tracks. So I'm not really sure if that's what they're going for. If the album covers were meant to be this this glossy, shiny, fun-looking album cover. And, the music suits it, but the lyrics, like I said, they're completely different. Now, I found both of these EPs on Bandcamp, and I'm going to link them down in the description here if you want to check either of them out. On EP 1, there are 4 tracks. On EP 2, there are 5 tracks. And in my opinion, this could have been one album, one, I guess, giant EP. Both albums are very similar. They sound very similar. And all the tracks on these EPs are pretty short. They're mostly between 2 and 4 minutes. So it's a pretty quick listen. I've actually listened to both of these EPs twice all the way through. Some of them have a chorus, a slight hook, and some of them do not. It's fine that they don't, but usually with a pop style music or a poppier, more upbeat music, most tracks have a chorus or they'll have a hook. And the choruses on a few of these tracks, they're a little interesting. They draw you in a little bit, but it's nothing, nothing outstanding, nothing like, I was blown away by. And on the track, The Machine Stops, which is the opening track from EP 1, Brady sings reasons to live, reasons to love, and then he goes on to say, I'm not satisfied, in like verse 1 and verse 3. I'm not satisfied, I'm not satisfied. A lot of the tracks seem to deal with love loss, relationship troubles. So it has, a bit of a bleaker tone to it. And I'm not typically into those kind of lyrics. I guess it just depends on the content, really. That's an easy answer, but it just depends. Some of the lyrics on these tracks they're kind of poetic. They're almost a bit esoteric. Like I said, I'm still not sure what's going on some of these tracks. The lyrics are kind of weird. For example, on the 3rd track off of EP 1, it's either Lead Monitor or Lead Monitor. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. This song is about love loss, and Brady sings, I'll find a gentle place to bury your bones before you waste away. Loosen earth in hopes you'll push through. I dream of a love enough to reanimate you. And that's kind of a touching little bit there. However, on the closing track on EP 1, which is Cloth Deity, the lyrics are a bit darker. They talk about golden shears and his cuffs, so it sounds like like a tailor cloth. That's the connection I made. But the chorus here is a bit darker. It's kill your tailor, make him suffer while I put a bath on, and I'll be here making supper. I'll listen for the doorbell. Like what is going on here? Kill your tailor. See, I'm not sure if this is if it's got another meaning or if they're literally talking about killing their tailor. Yeah, I'm still not sure. And again, the same similarities are on EP 2, where some of the lyrics are kind of touching, they're kind of heartfelt, and then you get some weird lyrics or some darker lyrics. Again, for example, on track 4 on EP 2, the track is called Spirit Chef. I don't know. But the lyrics go, we walk home together, agree to live forever. Yeah, sounds nice. And have delusions of what we gain. It's like thinking ahead to the future with somebody. You imagine the grandest of things, only to live together for so long and realize that, these imaginations are probably not going to come true. They're not going to be as grand as we had hoped. That makes sense. That seems realistic. But on the track before this, track 3, it's called Most Inexperienced Man, the chorus has this line that it just bothers me. It says, geriatrics wiggle all the way home. I'm just imagining old people like wiggling down the road or like a worm or wiggling in the car. I don't know. It sounds, I don't know if I should feel bad. And in the last verse, Brady sings, so call off the funeral, he's getting better. You got to his head when you said death's forever. That's probably my favorite line on both of these EPs. This person, whoever that was allegedly dying, is choosing to live because they just found out that once you die, you're gone forever. Pretty straightforward, but kind of a bit inspiring, I guess. But yeah, like I said, the tracks are pretty short. They're mostly about love loss. There's a few catchy moments, not many. There's no conceptual overarching theme. These albums aren't concept albums. From what I feel is that these are just some of the almost like demo tracks that the band, wrote together, that they're trying to get their name out there. Hey, listen to what we can do. The lyrics to me aren't very inspiring, to me. I mean, somebody else, they might hit home a little more. The vocals are a bit soft. They almost had like an emo feel. There's another new band which I'm hoping to get a review on sometime soon. They dropped an album back in March, I believe. They're called Remo Drive. The vocals sound similar to this. They're not as loud, but they have like this emo feel. And I don't know if anyone else, if you check this band, I don't know if anyone else gets that feel, but that's just kind of the impression I get. There's a guy named Simon. He's one of the bandmates. On EP1, he just mixed and produced the album. On EP2, he was the bassist, I believe. And he also mixed, produced, and recorded the album. But I think the production on both of these albums is pretty good. It's pretty solid. I like what I hear. But I'm actually really intrigued by this group. I'm interested to see what an LP, an actual studio album, would sound like if they could put together a concept, a theme, if they could, get all their tracks to be interconnected, if they could become more creative. So I'm looking forward to see if this band is going to pursue anything, if they're going to put out any kind of a big project in the near future. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, a quick review from my standards. I'm sure most of you probably haven't heard of this group. I didn't actually know they had 2 EPs out until the recommendation. Yeah, if you have checked these guys out, if you have heard of them, let me know what you think down in the comments here. Comments. Please, get some discussion going, even if it's not about this. Tell me what you want to hear. Like I said before, I love a recommendation. Let me know what you think of the channel. Is there anything I need to do different? Because I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, record when I can, talk about the music I like, talk about contemporary music that's being released now. Sometime down the road, I might do an older review, a classic review, but I'm mostly focusing on new releases, the here and the now. So if you like what you hear, if you like what you see, if you want more, please subscribe, please share, please like, please comment, and remember, we're all here for the love of music. All right, I'll catch you guys at the next review. I'll see you then.